Hey, everybody. Let's see. All right, we've got a great group coming together here. Awesome. So for the first 5 minutes, we're going to just be settling in and saying hi. So I'm Sasha, Jenny's here with me, and we would love to invite you to put your name in the chat, where you're calling from, and why you came.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Hey, Wendell. Hey, Candace, good to see your picture there.
I'm trying to figure something out here.
Okay. Okay. Katya, LA, get back into writing mode. Also for Jamie. Michelle from the Catskills of New York. I'm a writer and I want to write more visceral, sense-based prose. Beautiful. Hey, Michelle. Good to see you. Dawn from Rhode Island. Layla. Good to see you. Phil from San Mateo. Caro, Seattle. Wendell, Austin. Good evening from New York City. I'm Oswald. I came tonight as I needed to get back into writing mode as a writer. Bayana from Cambridge, first timer, very curious about the program. Greetings from Boston from Erica, about to self-publish my first book about creating direction in your career. Excited to be starting work on my second book. Alejandro, Austin, Texas from Wendell's Computer. All right. Woo. One more. Candace, San Diego. Okay. Have a dream of writing a children's book series. I am not a writer, says Candace. Wendell, I signed up because I feel my creative potential as a writer, but I'm having a hard time actualizing it. I need prompting or a structure or a deadline. Let's see. So Jenny, what do you think?
Yeah, it would also, if anybody also wants to say, if the, like how you heard about it, if it was from Sasha's website or from the, seeing it on Facebook or the, creative writing. Some people are in the, I have a hypnosis group, the meetup. Oh, the meetup. Yeah, the creative writing meetup. Great. So it's good to see everyone. So Sasha and I have been longtime friends, and we have never, I don't think we've ever taught together, not that I remember. And so, hi, Polly. Hi, Layla. Good to see people. So we both have a lot of different offerings, and so we just decided to do this free class today, and I'm excited about it. We're both going to teach about embodied writing in different ways, and I'm going to use trance. I'm a hypnotist, so I use those kind of elements. I also teach creative writing classes, and Sasha is a teacher and a coach, and it's going to do somatic based work. So great to see everyone here, and yeah.
Excellent. Hey, Julie. Epida. All right. Well, maybe we can dive in. What do you think?
Yeah, let's dive in.
Let's dive in. Okay. Um, so I guess we were first going to introduce ourselves, yeah?
Just like setting like, oh wait, we're
Oh, okay, good. Muted. Um, that was our first step, right, Jenny? Well, first we wanted to tell you we're recording this class to share with people who can't come, and it'll be online. So, you know, we're just writing tonight, but we just want to let everyone know that. And then I think we're just going to do little intros from us and then have each of you be present in the room with a quick hello so everyone can bring their voice here. And then I'm going to lead you in an exercise that's going to involve movement and writing. And Jenny is going to lead you in an exercise that involves hypnosis and trance and writing. So it's going to be we're recording the group, so this is just as it is. So, if you want to make it just your first name, that's do what you want, but yes, the whole group. And then Jenny will be leading you in an exercise that is trance oriented using your body, which is going to be really cool. So our intention is to get you writing in the time that we're here together. And it's going to be very much an exploration of process with no pressure and just really exploring what it is like to connect with our bodies as part of the writing process. So I'll give you my quick intro. So my name is Sasha Cagen. A bunch of you are here for my newsletter, so you know me in one way or another, but basically my big things in life have been that I wrote a book called Quirky Alone, which got a conversation going about being single way back in the day of 2004 that still continues, basically that it's okay to not settle, and creating a conversation around that. And then I wrote a book about to-do lists and what they reveal about us. And I've been working on a memoir that is about my own journey of connecting with my body and sensuality to change my life and for healing. And so I was working in Silicon Valley about 15 years ago. Jenny and I have been friends from way before that. So she saw the whole transformation of me trying to be sort of a techie, normal person, and it really didn't work. So I ran away to South America to find myself again after getting lost in
Hey there.
tech. Oh, hey,
Hey.
I
You
think
need, you need to mute people, Sasha.
yeah, we need Dina to mute. So let me mute that. Okay. So I was trying to do the normal mid-30s thing of work in a tech company, didn't work, ran away to Brazil, and then later other countries in South America, and basically was taking this approach of connecting with my body and pleasure as an exploration to figure myself out. And so when I came back to the Bay Area, I changed careers and became a life coach, bringing that same body focus that I had been working on myself through my travels and dance. And so that's what I've been doing ever since, basically writing. I'm working on this memoir called Wet, teaching, coaching. And yeah, tango is also a big part of my life. So basically I have the passions of writing, tango, and coaching. And what I'm going to share with you tonight are things that I've gotten from all three. And we're going to blend them into writing with an embodied approach, which I really love because I just love bringing the body into everything. So that is me.
Great. And so, yes, my name is Jenny Bitner, and I live in San Francisco. And I have an MFA in creative writing, and I've been writing for, all my life pretty much. I published a novel in 2021 called Here's a Game We Could Play. And I've been teaching creative writing for 25 years. I teach classes a lot through the Writer's Grotto in San Francisco. And I also have created classes. I became a hypnotist about 10 years ago. And so I also do hypnotherapy, and I've created classes that combine what I was already doing with teaching writing, and I'm a very process-oriented teacher, and combining that with hypnosis, and I call that trance writing. So I have classes like that, and I am also launching a year-long program, the Year of the Book, for people who are working on a book, and I'll talk a little more about that later. But for today, yeah, I'm just gonna do some writing exercises that involve trance and, you know, get people writing. It's good to see so many people here, and yeah. I'd like to, I know that not everybody here considers themselves a writer, and that's fine. I mean, I think writing has so many different purposes in our life. And for some people, they want to, like, you know, go on or publish or create something like that of it. But writing is just a way of processing information in the world. And for many people, it is a way to get more deeply in touch with their own process in life, to understand things about themselves, and also just to add a level of richness to life. I think there's a time when you experience something, and there can be a time when you write about it, and that can add another level of richness to your life. So if you're here for whatever purpose, it doesn't matter if you consider yourself a writer or not. Sasha and I are glad that you're here. So yeah, I think we just wanted people to like pop on and maybe like just like say one word about what they wanted to get out of this. So yeah, maybe if people want to unmute for just a minute, and how are we going to do this? How are we going to do this in an orderly way? Just popcorning?
Yeah, well, how about I'll pick the first person, and then after you pick the next. And basically, we want to keep it brief because we want to get to the writing, but we want to just hear everyone's voice. So, you know, a word or a sentence, no more. The little thing will go carry across the stage, but we really just want to hear your voice, so you're present that way. So, Layla, will you kick us off?
Hey, I'm Layla, and I am a writer and editor, and I want to learn what I can from Jenny and Sasha, who I admire.
Great, thank you. Oswald, how about you?
Good, good evening, everyone. Good evening from New York City. I'm a writer. I'm a writer and a poet, and my reason for being here tonight is to connect deeper with my own body, to see if I can use it as a way to deepen my writing practice.
Great.
Joy.
Hi, I'm Joy. I was going to say I'm a writer, although unpublished, but I just received my first offer to publish an essay like an hour ago. So
Great.
yay. And happy to celebrate that with thank you with this class tonight. I'm always looking for opportunities to get out of my head when writing. So that's why I'm here.
Great. Michelle?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I write flash fiction, very short fiction. Some of it is published. But out of this class, my body is in pain right now, and I want to get it, at least alleviate the pain.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Other Michelle.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
Oh, no, perfect. All Michelle's.
Oh, okay.
May it be so, Michelle. Thank you. I'm a writer, and I already use some embodied practices like breath work and meditation. and even movement or grounding and earthing. And so I'm just always looking to kind of expand my toolkit of pre-writing exercises. And I think that might or might not be possible with this. That's the impression I got.
Great, cool, thank you. Polly says Pauline.
Hi,
No, you're Polly.
I'm Polly. I just got my memoir manuscript back from my development editor, so I have work to do. And I'm always in search of feelings, ways to access my feelings to deepen my writing.
Great.
Wendell?
Hey everyone, good evening. I think my intention tonight is to really create momentum and just start getting going. I just know that there's something really deep with writing. I'm not sure what, but I just want to create space for it.
Yeah.
I'm Alejandro, and my intention is to be able to write in a way to where other people can feel the energy that I'm really trying to put through in the words.
Nice. That's important. Yeah. Phil?
Hi, I'm Phil. I enjoy the creative writing process, but I'm not a writer except for marketing blurbs. So act now, take advantage of this offer, things like that. Right? I'm here to learn and better understand the different creative processes.
Okay, thank you.
And Caro?
Yes, I'm a playwright and an actor, and so I'm always looking for different embodied sort of exercises, because I find that as an actor doing movement exercises, I often get inspired by the movement exercises and can carry them to the writing. So thank you.
Very
Nice.
cool.
Candace?
So when you said, when you said just a word, the first thing that came to my head was to release. Like I know I have a lot to say, but I don't know how to get it out. I'm even locked in with social media. I have not written anything on social media. I don't know what is happening right now, but and then I'm also just the idea of embodied writing, like what is that? That's very new for me. And then I'm fascinated by the role of hypnosis in all of this as well. So I'm just super excited to learn. Thank you.
Great.
Erica?
Hello, I'm a longtime follower of Sasha's, and I'm excited to become aware of a new perspective on how I can approach my writing practice.
Okay, and Julie, and I'm gonna just say like that I'll call on people whose faces we see, because we don't know if the other people want to talk or not. If you're not on screen and you want to say something, you can raise your hand and we'll call on you. But Julie.
Hi, I am here because the description said something about getting unblocked, and I'm a writer who hasn't been writing. So
okay. Good.
And Boyana?
Hey everybody. I'm very fresh follower of the Pussy Walk. So that is the thing that brings me here, the connection with my body. To keep the things short, few years ago, I discovered the feeling that I want to write a book about my life, but not in a form of memoir, in a form of some imaginary character living my life, because I have a lot to say. I want to. It's just fun. And I did one course in my country. I come from Serbia, from Europe. But it didn't work out I don't know. I am creative person. I am sewing. I do crafts. I make jewelry, but I don't know how to do it with words. So I'm here to try to pack all these things together.
Wonderful.
Great. Fantastic. And Sue, you said you wanted to say something.
Yeah. Hi. Oh, am I still in the meeting?
Yeah, we can hear you, Sue. What are you here?
Okay, great. Yeah, so I'm an avid reader and I used to write a lot more in college. And then I've been working in the tech industry for many years. And now I'm kind of semi-retired. And I feel like I have so many ideas of stories and also a compelling need to tell my own story in some form, but I can't seem to get into the discipline and get motivated around it. And I'm looking for tools and techniques to really help me to get my writing out.
Great. Fantastic. And Jamie in the chat said here for permission to ignite. Sasha and I, we're going to give you permission to ignite. Go for it, Jamie. You hereby have our permission. Okay, and now Sasha's gonna start. And did you want to make me host for any reason so I can mute people if necessary or not?
Maybe after the beginning because I want to access the
Okay.
music.
Okay, great.
So, okay, so we're beginning the experiential part of what we're doing tonight. And so I want to say that in this first part, we're really asking the question of what does it mean to write with our whole bodies? And that's a question that we can all continue to explore in our bodies, and it's never ending exploration. But to begin, what I want to do is actually have us move a little bit. So in my coaching, now you're seeing my WhatsApp. Everybody can see my screen stuff. In my coaching practice, I very much work with the idea of body intelligence and the importance of connecting with our bodies. And one person, I think it was Boyana, said she's a follower of the Pussy Walk. So not everyone knows what it is, but I teach women how to connect with their sexual energy. And tonight we're going to connect with our bodies in a different way, but really, yeah, one of my passions is teaching people how to bring an attentional spotlight inside their bodies and work with the sensations and see what is uncovered. So we're going to start with wiggling. So this is permission not only to ignite, but to be silly. And basically, this is a practice taught by the Hendricks, Gay and Katie Hendricks. And the idea that we're going to work with now is going to be a lot about fear. And so to release tension in the body, it is very useful to move. And as writers, most of us know taking a walk is a really good thing to do when you're blocked and to get an idea. And then there's a ton of science that says this is actually true. So we are going to actually stand up and wiggle for a moment to, this is a song that we use in my, sorry, everyone. Here it is. So we're going to stand up and we are going to wiggle for a minute. And the idea is that you're just wiggling any part of your body that is available to be wiggled. It's like your ears, your toes, your fingers. It's like a really simple mix.
I tried to leave her hiding all strung up. I tried to keep her quiet, but she's screaming inside of me. Tried to keep her hiding all shut up. Tried to keep her quiet, but she's a wild, wild woman. She's a wild, wild woman. I've just seen her before.
Continuing to wiggle out any types of tension. Again, like okay, so we just had a mini taste of wiggling. So the recommendation from the Hendricks is that 2 minutes of wiggling, which is one of their movements that are fear melters, is the fastest way to change your state. So I mean, I think a lot of us writers, or some of us, know that a dance break can be a really good thing if you're feeling stuck. So some of this is, trying things and then maybe remembering them. It can be quite simple. Like dancing as a break could be a form of embodied writing to wake up your body again. So a lot of what we're going to do right now is also focused on releasing fear and ultimately about relaxing our bodies, because for many different reasons, we have tension in us. Oh, you didn't hear the music. Sorry, Julie. Oops.
I could like hear it, but I think maybe the sound quality is better if
I think I didn't press the exact right button, but anyway, I think people still wiggled. So from what I could see.
Yeah, I could hear it.
Okay, good. So yeah, what we're going to be talking about is the idea of preparing our bodies to write with deep relaxation. And through that, developing a sort of intimacy with the sensations of our body. And then we're going to have an experience of writing from that place and then reading back what we wrote with the same sensitivity that we've developed to see what we feel in our bodies when we read our words. So this is just to give you a little preview of what we're going to do in this moment. And yeah, so I think maybe everybody could find a comfortable place to sit. And, we're going to be doing something like a guided meditation. So you're going to want to be in a place where you can feel comfortable and grounded and comfortable to close your eyes. So I'll just have everyone get into their place. Okay. So now that I think everyone is in their place, I'm going to ask you to get into your position and close your eyes. And we're just going to begin by taking some slow and deep breaths that begin with your belly and almost down into your pelvic bowl. So I'm going to do some counting to help guide the breathing. So we're just sitting and beginning with an inhale from between your hips and your pelvic floor, deep in your belly, and counting 1, 2, 3, 4, and then exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, and inhaling from deep down in your belly, and then coming up with that energy of breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to inhale again. 1, 2, 3, 4, letting the breath rise up your chest, and then exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. And continuing to breathe at this slower, deeper pace. And letting your belly and your chest expand and then come down. Almost as if there is a little ball of energy that starts at the bottom of your belly with the inhale and then travels up your spine and then down again with your exhale, back down to your belly. So continuing to breathe at this slow, deep pace, I'm going to ask you to bring your attention and awareness to your belly. And letting the next breath be a slow, deep sigh where you let the insides of you relax just a little more. As you exhale, just letting go. And continuing to inhale in. As you exhale down, letting your belly relax just a tiny bit more. And whatever it is good, whatever small amount. So continuing to breathe deeply and just settling into this idea that your awareness could be in your belly and letting it continue to relax and see what sensations you feel as you continue that deep, slow breath. And you might imagine a color. You might have some kind of visualization of a ball. And as you're breathing slowly and deeply, just letting your abdomen continue to relax. And now I'm just wanting to ask you to continue to breathe deeply and see if you stir your fingers and your toes a little bit. What sensations do you notice in your body? These can be very slight, very subtle. Like what does it feel like if you move your little toe or big toe just a little bit? And what does it feel like to just rub your little finger a little bit on your knee? And just taking a few more deep breaths and settling into noticing any little sparks or sensations of any kind. Just letting them all be felt, noticed, however subtle. Okay, so we're just taking a few more deep breaths, deep from the belly, and one more breath of just letting your belly relax a tiny bit more. And then slowly, going to touch our bodies, put your hands on your knees, and open your eyes. Okay, so from this place I'm going to give you a writing prompt, and I want you to pick one. I'm going to read them twice. I want you to just pick one that you feel drawn to intuitively without thinking about it too much. What we're really doing here is process. So just what sparks you, almost what gives you a body sensation when I read it. So we're going to do this writing for a short period of time, and here are the different prompts. Write about what you see in the room, anything, slow down and take the time to describe it. Write a love letter to yourself, appreciating yourself with 3 to 5 little details. Write about an ideal, turned on, pleasurable day. Or write the world a message you want to bring into the world. So just feel into those. Do you want me to read them one more time?
Yeah.
Okay. So just now, just feel with your body, which one do you feel drawn to, and don't overthink it. It doesn't matter. It's all going to be good. Write about what you see in the room, anything, slow down and take the time to describe it. Write a love letter to yourself, appreciating yourself with 3 to 5 little details. Write about write about an ideal, pleasurable, turned on day. Write the world a message that you want to write about a message you want to bring into the world. Okay. So now this is the time to write, and here I want to ask you to keep coming back to the breathing that we were just doing. So I want you to even continue to breathe more deeply. And if you were contacting your stomach, continue to do that so that the writing is an exploration of what it's like to be breathing and feeling your body and the way you were in that guided meditation. So you're exploring what that's like as much as what comes out.
How long do we have?
4 minutes.
Oh.
Okay, so that's our time. So you can just wrap up and come back. So I want to explain a little bit of the theory of what we just did before we go on to the next part. So the abdomen, the belly is the place in our body that often feels fear. And we have this connection between our brain and our gut. And so exploring what it's like to relax the belly, I think can be very interesting as a way to step into creative flow. And, you know, the things we're sharing tonight are things to continue practicing, simple things that you can explore with your body. And the theory is really, and this is common in tango and everything, all dance forms, expression, tension is what blocks us. Tension is our critic. Tension is all of our fear about saying what we want to say. It all gets in the body. And so what we're exploring here is like Dawn, who is here, is a piano player. And it's a little bit like she was talking to me about a piano teacher wanting her to play music with her whole body. So we're sort of exploring like, what is it like to play piano with your whole body? What is it like to write and like let the energy you feel in your body through? And relaxing has a big part in that. So I want to ask you now to, we're going to just do a quickly breathing again, and then we're going to interact with what we just wrote. So I'm just going to ask you to take a couple breaths. You can close your eyes again and just taking a couple of those slow, deep breaths again, starting with the bowl of your pelvis and letting the breath come all the way up to your chest and to your face and the crown of your head, and then letting it come down. And you can even practice counting in yourself, whatever number feels like a good one, just to see what that is like. And imagine bringing this ball of energy up your spine as you're breathing, and then fall down with the exhale. Okay, so now coming back to us, our group, I want to ask you to read what you wrote and let your body be a kind of detection mechanism about the energy in what you wrote. So reading it slowly with the same sensitivity that we just developed to write, look at what you wrote, read it over, and notice what in your body is sparked, what feels alive, what sparks in you, and also what feels dead. That's fine too. But like to see the parts that feel like they're producing sensation as you read it. Okay. So the idea here is that whether you're like in my coaching program, we do something where we write visions, and connecting with your body as a way of sort of detecting where is the greatest enthusiasm in your vision, or like what is the thing in you that you really want to live. And also for your reader, where is the aliveness? Because you can feel it in your own body. Where is that aliveness? So I think maybe we have a moment to like just share a couple of experiences about this, Jenny, or how do you think we're doing on time? Uh-oh. There you are.
You can share a few.
Okay, so yeah, I would love to hear, we have another wonderful exercise Jenny's going to lead, but I think a lot of the richness in doing in this in a group is hearing about what it's like. So I'm just curious to hear what was relaxing your belly to write like, and what was reading for the aliveness like. So yeah, just maybe we can have 2 or 3 quick shares. What did you experience?
Hi, oh, sorry. I'll go after the person with their hand up.
Sorry about that.
Okay. Were you waiting for me because I have my hand up?
Yeah.
Thanks. When I was breathing from the pelvic floor, it reminded me, because I'm a singer, it's Joan Sutherland, a really great soprano of all times, talked about breathing from there as the support for singing. And it was just sort of like awakening the various chakras, including my throat chakra. And then reading what I wrote, actually, it was sort of like I no longer had, sort of distracting sensations. It was sort of like I was more relaxed, more expanded, more of my heart open.
Wow, thank you, Layla. I love we have one person who's an actor here, singing, all of these forms of expression, and writing too, the connection with the body. So thank you for bringing in the singing perspective.
Yeah, I'll just say quickly, thanks for the exercise. I think without quite even realizing it, I just wrote something that was very emotionally honest and direct and kind of simple, but it sort of opened things up a little, and maybe I threw in a couple literary touches, but it was like almost pre-literary, or no, it didn't need to, it got out of the intellectual fancified mind. So helpful.
I love that. And just to make it even more explicit, we feel our emotions in our bodies. So then when using these tools, it does help us. It's a path for becoming more visceral, which is more honest, can be more honest and direct, like Christopher said. Anybody else share?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, Sue.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, so I found that the breathing technique was really helpful to kind of just relax me and just, overcome a little bit of that writer's block. I also found the power of suggestion, like visualizing a color, was also very helpful. And then, going back to the prompt, it was just very easy to, write whatever came to mind without any like fear or preconceived, kind of ideas about the outcome of the writing and how, whether it's going to be good or bad, and just let it flow.
Beautiful. Yeah, that's amazing. And that's kind of the theory here, that relaxing our bodies leads to more creative flow. And I want to mention, this book is a wonderful book, and I use this in my group coaching program. Certainly, I think it would be of interest to everyone here. This is a lot of science about things that I've always observed as a coach and dancer and writer. The extended mind, the power of thinking outside the brain. So it gives a lot of very fascinating science to back up the kinds of things we're exploring here, that we need our bodies to think best, and we don't think well just sitting in a chair. It really does not work the best. We need to move.
Yes.
Great idea.
Okay, so yeah, I'll share at the end about ways that we can continue to study in some way. I think now, Jenny, should we jump to you?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that exercise. That was wonderful. So yeah, I would say when you hear this word hypnosis, people might be, not sure what we're going to do or, what that means. And so often instead of the word hypnosis, I just use the word trance because probably everyone has had what they consider a trance experience. And by that, I mean like, have you been dancing and felt like totally involved and totally in a sense of kind of expanded consciousness and just only aware of your body moving? Or perhaps you're reading a book and you're so involved in it, like that you forget, who you are, where you are. You're just kind of like, oh no. And you just like, you're very involved with the characters, or perhaps that happens to you in a movie. When you leave, you feel like you've left into another world. So I would say rather than think of this, I do kind of more, I don't know if you want to call it formal hypnotherapy, but rather than think of this as hypnosis, you could just think of this as an experience like that is a natural part of our lives, that we all kind of enter into and leave these states where we feel more collected, we feel more alive, and we feel focused. And so for this, I'm going to lead you into that kind of experience. So it's just something that it's not like you're going to be caught in hypnosis and not able to come out. It's just sort of like a natural expanded consciousness experience. So I want to start with the idea also that for writers, the imagination is a land that is very much alive. And for all creative people, like when we go into the world of our imagination, it is this other world that we can enter. Like often writers of novels might like hear characters talking to them. They might go into scenes from their novels. So I think for the people here and for anyone who considers themselves creative, this is like sort of another world that we enter into. So I'm always like looking for ways to help people enter into their imagination and explore it in different ways. So this is gonna be also still body related. We're gonna be like kind of going into trance and then magically going through our body and seeing if there's a part of our body that has a story that it wants to tell us. But I would also say, because I write fiction and so many people here write fiction, it doesn't have to be like a real story, whatever that is. For my world, the world of fiction is a real world, because those stories that we create and the imagining that we do also has a reality to it. So I want you to, I'm going to just teach you a kind of a quick thing that kind of can help you like get into like a little bit of a trancey state really fast like that. And so for this is an eye roll. And so maybe you've seen the old films, like where people are like putting the watch this way and that way and doing, eye movement and fractionation. And the reason that they do that is not because the watch is something that powerful. It's because when we do change the patterning in our eyes, it is easier to go into these states. And sometimes we just do that by opening and closing our eyes. And for this, I'm just going to do an eye roll. And for the eye roll, what we do is we just look up as if you're looking up, all the way up with your eyes, and then going down. And maybe just take a deep breath while you're rolling your eye up. And then letting go. And you can either do it one more time or just leave your eyes comfortably closed. And I want you to imagine a light coming and touching the top of your head. And as it touches the top of your head, it brings with it a feeling of relaxation. And it's moving down through your face, relaxing your face, relaxing your neck, relaxing your chest and your belly, relaxing your arms and your back, and going all the way down through your legs. And when it reaches your feet, imagine your feet are like roots growing deep, deep into the ground. I don't care if you're on the 27th floor, just deep into the ground. And as they go deep into the ground, bringing up that fresh energy of the earth into your body. And picture that energy, any color that you love, as it comes up, filling your body with that energy of the earth. And now I want you to imagine yourself in a place that you love in nature, a place where you feel peaceful and relaxed. See what you see there, hear what you hear, and find a place to sit in that place in nature. Breathing in the air there, smelling perhaps the scents of nature around you. And from that comfortable place in nature, you're going to do a scan of your body. And as you do that scan of your body, there's a part of your body that has a story it wants to tell. Real or imagined, past or future. We imagine that writing comes from our brain or perhaps our hand, but writing can come from any part of your body. So do a little scan through your head, your ears, your throat, your hands, your inner organs. And when you feel a little whispering, I want to talk to you, or I have a story to tell, go ahead and stop and notice that part of your body. And maybe it seems crazy that a toenail might have a story, but we're all a little crazy in our imagination. So whatever part of your body it is, don't judge it, don't worry. It's the right place now. And now, after you've picked that part, we're going to go ahead and Coming lightly back, opening our eyes when we're ready. I want you just to start, perhaps that part of the body just wants to start right in. It has a story to write right away. Or if not, ask a few questions like, what do you want me to know? Little piggy toe? Or why are you calling out to me? Just go ahead and allow yourself to write that story. And I'll give you a few minutes to write. Let's give you one more minute, knowing you can always come back to this later. Okay, would anyone like to share? the part of the body that wanted to speak to them or anything in the story, Oswald?
Yeah, oddly enough, the warts that are at the end of each of my hands wanted to speak.
Yeah. Anything about what they had to say?
They had to say they've been the subject of scorn by classmates over the years, thinking that it had 6 fingers. They've been they've been attempted to be burned off and deep ended up with deep craters, but somehow still like they don't like they're there. They just wish that the human that occupies the body and everyone else around him, they just want to be treated like every other part of the body.
Great. Yeah. Sounds like a good conversation that the ward started with you there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Michelle?
Well, I chose the lips and I thought I would kind of write a poem, but it really lacks structure, but it's very brief, so I'll read it.
Great.
My lips are lonely, only smiling though, because my mind is clear. The shame in my belly protects me from doing anything stupid. Reluctivity means reluctance plus conductivity. I'm too rigid in love. Platonic friendships are all I seek. I can disentangle myself easily from a mind meld. Bodies, not so easily.
Thank you. That was wonderful. Thanks. A lot of interesting feeling. Beautiful. Is there one other person who maybe wants to share? Somebody said their teeth, my big toe. My big toe went off on a monologue about being mistreated by me. It sounds like people's bodies are gotta have a lot to say here. So yeah, okay. I hope you're listening, taking that into consideration in the future. Um, one more person, maybe, and then we can move on.
Yeah, I can. Sorry.
Right.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I was just gonna say this one took me by surprise because my throat definitely like shouted out to me that, hey, I have, not only do I have things to say, but I have things to say because for a long time you didn't let me say things. So it was interesting. Great exercise.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you, everyone. And Sasha is going to tell you a little about ways to stay in touch with her in the future, and then I'll tell you a little about me. So, Sasha?
Yeah, so now it's just to share a bit about me and what I offer and what I'm up to. And I'm going to do this before I forget, because basically I'm going to describe these things to you. And if you feel interested in one of them, you can just make a time to talk with me. I'm all into being direct and efficient. It's simple that way. So it's there in the chat, that link. So if you feel some spark. So what we did tonight, oh yes, Erica and I just had our first session today and it was really great. So it's really nice that you're here too. I told another client about this, so she'll be, well, hey, Jamie. I know she's watching it virtually. So I really integrate this body-centric approach into everything I do. And the two main ways of working with me are one-on-one and life coaching. And I've been doing this work for 12 years and often work with women who identify as quirky alone and are readers of my first book. So people who don't want to settle in life, and lots about all aspects of life, relationships, work, and ultimately how we are with ourselves. And so, yeah, if there's something that you feel like you would like support on and you think having this body-centric approach could be interesting, we can talk and see if that's a fit. And then the other piece is I really love working with these groups like we have tonight, where we can, I mean, this is just a group that's formed spontaneously. But I really love the power of groups because we can share our experience and learn from each other. And there's a lot of healing that happens in knowing other people who are going through similar journey. So I have a group called A Year of Turned On Living, and we're starting next week. We have a really wonderful group. This is for women. So Oswald, there might be a co-ed Turned On Living in the future, which you'll be the first to be invited to since you've been a great attendant. But this is, you know, a small group, maximum size 8, where every month has a theme for the whole year. So we do topics like visioning that really involve something like we did today, where there's writing and feeling with your body into what you really want for your life. So the sort of manifestation, self-actualization part of this writing piece is really what Turned On Living is about. Like, what is a turned on life for you, and learning how to connect with your body to become more empowered to live it. So big connection with boldness, anti-people pleasing, like this whole thing about saying no, hearing signals from your body about what is a yes and what is a no. Most of all, I would say, like, the heart, self-compassion is a really big theme in the whole year, because I can say, as a coach working in this field for 12 years, some element of a struggle with self-compassion comes up for everyone, because we do new things and then we beat up on ourselves because we don't think they're perfect or whatever. So most people in our culture have something like that. And it's quite a thing to learn how to become passionate with yourself. So I would say some people are attracted to Turned On Living just because they want to learn how to have a kinder relationship with themselves and go on that journey with others. It's a profound one. And plus we have pussy walking, which Boyana mentioned, that it's also a big feature of my work to reclaim female sexual energy in a way that is not talked about often in society, and that is really for you and your confidence and your writing and your radiance and everything. So I also teach pussy walking workshops, and Turned On Living is the best way to become a master of your pussy walk, because we do it the whole year long. And it's something, all these embodiment practices are some things that get stronger in you the more you explore them and make them a habit in your body. And then we have a retreat at the end in Providence, where I am now. And we have a co-created soul commitment ceremony, which is another thing I'm known for. The idea of making vows to yourself. So it's sort of like, right, that's also creative, and you're writing vows. And I think it was Michelle who's here. She had also used that writing prompt for a writing class of writing like marital vows to yourself. So we actually live that, which is an incredibly beautiful thing, to all marry ourselves in a group ceremony. So that's me. If you feel, the Turned On Living group is literally starting next week. So if you feel interested in that, set up a time to talk relatively soon. We have a really fabulous group. It's range in age from 37 to 60s. So I'm really into, most people are 40s and 50s, but I'm very into the intergenerational, and people, it's very curated, people who are mature of any age, because I've learned in my work that 29-year-olds can be super mature, and the inverse can be true. So anyway, everything is created to be safe and special and intimate. So yeah, I'll put here another link that you can, you know, just open to look at later if you feel interested. But then otherwise, I think I'll give the floor to Jenny, and she's going to tell you about her very exciting Year of Your Book program.
Yes. So yeah, I'll put my contact in the chat also. That's my website and my email. I'm starting a program to help people finish their book, get that damn book written. And, you know, so I know many people who have been like working on a book for a while, and maybe it kind of goes to the back of your consciousness and kind of never gets finished. It took me, you know, it took me many years to finish my first book, and I have a lot of other books that I'm finishing too. So, and the idea of the program is that it will be, it's a small group program, and we'll meet 3 times a month. And it is not only just like the structure and the feedback on pages. We will be doing that. It also involves the kind of stuff that I've been doing here, which is like sort of emotional and hypnotic support. So if you are feeling blocked in any way, blocking in writing, it entirely comes from, fear and self-judgment. So how do you clear that so that you can write? Or if you need, more structure and accountability. So it will be accountability, community, hypnosis. So to deal with the psychological and the emotional parts of writing, as well as, the deadlines and everything like that. Because I've been working with writers for 25 years, and I know a lot of writers, and I am, like a reformed procrastinator. And I know that, we don't just need like, another book on point of view, or another book on, story structure. What we need, people need one-on-one kind of feedback on the book that they're working on, not just like any book in the world. They're not all the same pattern. And you also need, someone to tell, like someone just to kind of be there and be like, you can do this. We're all doing this. And I believe in you. I've got your back, because imposter syndrome is huge for people who are writing a book. And, more for women than men, but men also, and there are many reasons that that comes up. So that's the idea of Year of the Book. So if you're interested in that, you can email me to find out more about it. There's this information on my website also. Other things that I'm teaching, if you like the trance stuff, I'm teaching a 1-day trance writing class in September. One will be at the Grotto in San Francisco, and one will be online. So they're on different days because it's too hard to do them both at the same time. But if you're interested in the trance writing, I'm doing that. And I'm also I'm teaching a class on writing a sex scene coming up also at the Grotto. So those are in the Writer's Grotto. But if you go to jennybitner.com, there's a link there about upcoming classes, and all my upcoming classes are linked there. And some of you found me through the meetup group. But if you didn't find me through the meetup group and you're interested in upcoming things that I'm doing, because I do have free workshops, and I'm actually, because this Year of the Book is starting in October. Actually, I don't think I mentioned that, because that's coming up soon. I'm going to have even more free things for the rest of the month. So if you're not in my meetup group, you can go to jennybitner.com, and there's a link to join my meetup group where I have free meetups. They're usually writing involving dreams. I'm also very, very into dream work and hypnosis. And so, yeah, I mean, it's been great teaching with Sasha, and I thought, I'm glad that, some people from her newsletter came and met me, and I hope we stay in touch. And those who came through me, I hope you stay in touch with Sasha. We're both, turned on women, Sasha, right? Trying to get more people turned on about their creativity.
Yeah, I don't know if we said it explicitly, but Jenny is my first friend that I made in San Francisco in 1997. So you're talking to 2 people who have known each other intimately, supported each other's writing in every breakup and problem in life. So this was a really cool creative collaboration for us to share with you, because it showed it's really fun to do. We never got to do this before, which is kind of nuts.
I think I got a WhatsApp audio just today about a problem, in fact. So yes. Yeah. So thank you, Sasha, for teaching with me. This has been great.
Yeah, and I want to say one thing. I think the thing we both have in common with classes and groups is the idea you will get more accomplished with a group. I do think that, of course, one-on-one work is awesome when it's really something you need to untangle and understand with personal attention. But, I think we both believe, we've been in writing groups, classes. Turned on Living gives a lot of focus to someone's life and what they want. Like it's just good to be with other people and to have that safety and community. And it helps you get things done. And we hope you got something done tonight. Or I'm very curious. I want to say all this body oriented stuff. I would love to hear your experiences with relaxing your belly, for example, and writing. That, you know, these are things that you can keep practicing, and probably Jenny would like to hear. I consider it a very personal exploration. So if you want to drop me a line about some insight you have, I consider it sort of research in a way to share and hear about other people's experiences. So I would love that.
Yeah, I would love to hear from you too. I'd love to hear anything about your experience. And if you want to keep in touch, let's keep in touch. Thank you. I think people are having to leave. We kept to our time pretty good. So,
Yeah, not bad. That was pretty good.
Great.
So
Great.
you.
Thank
Great.
you so much. This is very informative, very helpful.
Thanks, Sue.
Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. That was lovely.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
Hey, Layla.
Hey, thank you. It was great.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Awesome to see you, Layla.
Seeing you, Oswald. Bye, Candace.
Oh, good. Levon came back.